Okay, folks, this is the Crown Jewel. All right, this is straight over from China, brand new on the market. I have not seen this in retail shops. They asked me to review it, and I am reviewing it. They gave me one to try and review. They gave me a second one, which is brand new, sealed, unopened, and that is going out to my subscribers in a free giveaway. This is a 30 to 120 watt sub-ohm tank. Yes, it's a sub tank that goes up to 120 watts. What else is different about it? It has a 4 milliliter tank. The Arctic is 2.7 mils. That's why you go through juice so fast, and also your sub-ohming. This has a 4 milliliter tank, which is nice, so it's bigger. It also is bottom fill the regular way and top fill. And I'm going to show you. The bottom fill is easier. It has 4 bigger holes to be able to fill the juice. You can see them right there. Those are fairly large holes. Pick any one of the 4. And that's how you fill it from the bottom if you want. Now from the top fill, it's also got those 4 holes. And you can top fill this. So without having to take this off your device, you can just unscrew right here. I'm doing it one-handed. Top fill right there. Look at that. Tell me that's not nice in a sub tank. And then go ahead and put your top back on. Fill it all the way up. 4 mils of juice. Okay, anyway, holding the camera here too, forgive me. It comes with 1 coil pre-installed and 2 spares. What I thought was classy, these coils have a rubber cap on them to keep any debris from getting inside there. That's nice. Now you can't see it very well, but this coil, this is actually a dual coil. You can see the top of one there, but you can't really see down inside there too well. So I drew a diagram. This is actually, it's 2.5 sub-ohm coils paralleled up, and that's how you get 0.25 sub-ohm. Alright, they're both in there, literally paralleled. Every other wrap is there's coil 1, there's coil 2. Anyway, that's how it is. I'm going to open it up, fill it up, vape on it, and show you what this beast vapes like at 120 watts. What I will tell you is I had it out, I had it open, I filled it up, I vaped 4 mils, a whole tank last night. It was delicious. The flavor was awesome. I went from 30 all the way up to 120 watts. The wicking kept up with the wattage. The wicking kept up with the wattage. The flavor kept up with the wattage. The vapor was insane. And now I'm going to show you. Hey guys, Quest for Vape here. I am really excited because I have an exclusive. You have not seen this yet in the United States. This is brand new. This is the Crown Jewel. This is a new sub-ohm tank straight out of China, and it's different. It's definitely different. I'm going to show you what the differences are. Okay, so I showed you it comes with an extra glass sleeve. It comes with not only the 1 installed coil, which I've been using since last night, but 2 spares, and the spares have a nice cap, like a rubber cap to keep debris from getting in there, so I thought that was nice. So when you take that cap off, this coil is fresh, what the factory intended, with no debris falling inside there. That was nice. Okay, what's different about this? 4 milliliter tank. It's got the nice wide barrel, very similar to the Arctic, except it's taller because it's 4 mil. Instead of the Arctic, which is 2.7. And I love the Arctic. By no means am I knocking that. That's a fantastic device. What we also have is bottom fill the usual way. Saving the surprise, the best for last. Bottom fill, however, nice big juice holes to squeeze the juice through. Not 2 little slots. That was one complaint we all had about the Arctic. We love the tank, but we needed a way to get juice in there. And the Arctic was just those 2 little slots. This has 4 big slots, not just 2 but 4, and they're big slots. Okay, so that's how you bottom fill. That's all well and good and nice, but this also has, thank you for the solution to the one thing we've all been griping about, top fill and decent sized holes for that. Top fill, look at that. First tank on the market with top fill as well. That's a sub-ohm tank, and this is indeed a sub-ohm tank. This is a 120 watt tank. It goes from 30, vaped fine at 30, Vape fine at 60, vape fine at 90, vape beautiful at 120. If you want, you find where you want in there. It's a hot vape, it's a flavorful vape, and it's tons of vapor at 120 watts. But I did it, I vaped through 4 mils of this last night. This is the coil. It has 4 wicking slots. This is organic cotton in there, nothing else. And it's 2 coils, sistered up, married up inside of there. I'm sorry, paralleled up inside of there, and a vertical coil for a 0.25 sub-ohm overall resistance. Let's get that baby in there. Let's fill it up. Coil goes in. Oh, by the way, that's a nice big wide base that you can get a Q-tip in there, or you can get a paper towel in there to kind of slosh around and clean in there. It's not restricted. All right, I'm putting that bottom coil in. It's already fairly well juiced up, but I'm going to show you another thing they mentioned. Do not drip. You got to prime it. Don't drip it straight down the barrel, because then that's just going to fall right through to the bottom, and that's not going to have the intended effect. And they even say it in the instruction manual. Hold this at an angle. Drip your drops 0.3 to 0.5 mils. They're saying put a liberal amount, but hold it at an angle so that it hits the actual cotton that you're trying to wick and doesn't fall straight down, as opposed to just straight down the barrel where it won't be hitting the cotton and it won't absorb. So that's their one little message to us all. What am I vaping? I'm vaping Sandra D from Misdemeanor. This is awesome. What is Sandra D from Misdemeanor? It is a amazing blend of fresh kiwis and peaches drizzled in vanilla custard. Doesn't that sound good? Alright, one other thing I'll mention. This bottom, right where it screws into, it's knurled. It's more than knurled. It's got these nice slots, just the texture in there so I can get a grip on it, you understand? And also, the air, I forgot to mention, the airflow is these Cyclops slots. There's 2 of them, one on either side, and it's a pass straight through. They're nice and wide, tons of airflow. And that has some knurling on it, some nice, I can grip it, as opposed to, here's the problem, this is too smooth on the Arctic. I love you, baby, but my Arctic, I can't, it's tough for me to get down there. I have to get a rubber band around that because it's smooth. They went with like the smooth finish, which is nice to look at, but I need something I can get my fingers around, and that's got it. You can grip that, get that on and off. So, it's not slipping. All right, you get the idea. Any of you guys who have used some of these tanks, you know that, hey, listen, these get stuck on there pretty good. You're not getting them off without some assistance. Now this one, it's got that knurling over there. This is what I mean. You can get your finger on it and get some, some traction there. And it's a different. I can grip that piece different from that piece separate. And this one has some nice knurling up on the top here. So anyway, again, here's top fill. Okay. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and fill it. So, all right, you see it right here. The tank is on the device. It's the IPV 150 watt, by the way. I will be taking this off the IPV, and then I will vape it on the Sigali 150. Then I'm going to put it on maybe the CMYU 260. So here we got top fill. I have my choice of 4 different nice big juice slots. And I can pretty much drip it anywhere in there and it'll be all right. Gravity will bring it down, and just as long as I don't go in the center. Look at that, top fill. This is refreshing, because if you've had an Arctic, now I haven't had Heracles yet. I do not have Heracles yet. I do not have Manganus yet. But I do have the jewel, the crown jewel. So, here we go. All right, that's enough. I mean, I'm pretty close up to the top there. It's a 4 ml total. Here's the solution here. Let me get some of this juice puddled up. Not too difficult. There we go. It's filled all the way to the top. So what are our advantages over here? Our advantages are from priority number 1, which is the top fill. That's different. Priority number 2, the bigger fill holes. Even if you're going bottom fill, you have 4 big slots, holes that you can fill it in. So we got top fill, bigger slots, more slots to fill, so it's easier to refill this tank. Bigger tank, 4 mils versus 2.7, 2.8, which other tanks are. 120 watts. You know, we haven't seen that. I believe the Arctic is 65, and on the 0.2 sub-ohm coil, I believe you can go to 80 on those recommended. This is up to 120 recommended. So there we go. The airflow is nice and keeps up with the vape. The wicking is perfect and keeps up with the wattage, even at 120 watts. So, and also the knurled textured metal finish, so you can get a grip, get your fingers around stuff without having to go get rubber bands and other methods of, you know, it's just a well-designed quality finish. All these threads were buttery smooth. It's gone through some nice finishing, brushing and polishing after it's CNC round on the lathe. That's about all I can say for now. Now I'm going to vape on it. Oh, you're here. Never mind. So, 90 watts. Delicious. As with all tanks and coils, you're going to taste, you know, when you first vape it, it's a brand new coil. I would suggest starting at 30 watts and work your way up. Break in that coil just the same way you would pulse on a mech mod. Break in that coil, start it off low, gently ease into it, okay? Make sure you prime that wick. Give it 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you can patiently allow. Let it wick thoroughly. I showed you how to wick. It's 90 watts. Full lung hits. Airflow is great. Flavor is delicious. It took maybe the first 3 to 5 hits to work through that new coil taste, and it was barely any taste from that. And that's to be expected. I don't care what tank you're using, what coil you're using, that's there. That's a lot of vapor. This is an intense vape. I mean, so that's 90 watts. That's 100 watts. No dry hit. This thing keeps up. The wicking keeps up. And I'm using, what is this? This is like a 70-30. 3 milligram strength nicotine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure misdemeanors is 70-30, maybe 80-20. Hmm. 100 watt tank, you're seeing it here. First time. Top fill, 100 watt, beautiful vape. That flavor is awesome. In fact, I'm getting more flavor out of this juice in this tank than I was when I was dripping it. I'm going to do a quick comparison. Kennedy RDA, Segali 150, back to back, competition of the taste buds. in all fairness, do we have tanks now that can compete with dripping? Sigali. Oh, incidentally, Sigali, show you something. Look at my batteries. Sigali. I don't know if they manufacture them or if they just cut a deal and rewrap somebody else's battery, but this is a 30 amp, 2500 milliamp hour, 30 amp, high drain. Very nice. I've been using these since a couple of weeks ago, and I find it somewhat pleasing to use them on my Sigali 150 watt box. Not that it's necessary, but here's my juice. Okay, same juice, Sandra D from Misdemeanor. Going to drip this. What's my build? This is a 0.2-ish on the Kennedy version 2, and I have quad coils on here, stacked quad coils. $110 watts, money shot. Nice. You tell me. I will say this: don't chain hit it. Give it a little time to re-wick. You know, a few seconds. Give it a little time to cool down. It's 110 watts. So if you're doing 110 watts, just because it's in a tank doesn't mean it doesn't get hot. It gets hot. Now I got to re-drip. Love my Kennedy. That's a clone, by the way. That Kennedy clone. This is a $30 Kennedy clone. Dripping, chucking clouds. That's a flavor build. I'll tell you what. I get more flavor from the tank, believe it or not. I'm not lying to you. Guys, I'm not being paid to do this review. I was provided with 4 free tanks. One for my personal use to try and review, one to give away as a raffle, and two tanks, brand new, to take, one to a distributor that I know, that's JR at One Step Above. He's got a distribution network of 100 shops. And the 4th tank I'm bringing to a vape shop that I know will appreciate this and probably will buy a bunch of these because it trumps, for 4 reasons, it trumps my baby over here. My formerly favorite tank. I'm not trying to do weak hits on here. I'm almost empty with juice, so I don't want to scorch it. I still love and will use my Arctic. This bad boy, though, trumps it. It really legit trumps it. So we're going to go to 120 watts. 120 watts. You're seeing it right here, guys. All flavor. It's a warm vape. I wouldn't say it's a hot vape. It's warm. That's enjoyable. The flavor coming out of this thing is incredible. Very intense flavor, very intense vapor. On par. Slightly better flavor. Now, if you do a specific flavor build on your RDA, yeah, you know, and again, it's a tank. Not trying to compete with dripping, but in, in a sense, it sort of does. If this existed when I first started vaping and I got one of these, I might not have even gone to dripping because that is satisfying, and it's a 4 mil size tank. Anyway, I'm done with this part of my review. You've seen me vape it at 120 watts. I'm gonna take another vape. Look at those clouds. Delicious, fantastic device. Thank you very much. That, once again, is the Crown Jewel. And it looks just like this. I don't know what it's going to cost. I would imagine somewhere around 50 to 70 bucks retail. But I have nothing to do with pricing on this product or distribution. Who knows? I'll do a distribution deal for them. I would love to do that. No problems. As for vape, I just had one more topic I needed to go over. A couple of details on this Crown tank, the Crown tank by Uwell Technologies. I had the name wrong. I went back through the paperwork, took another look at this, and I was calling it the Jewel because that U kind of looked like a J to me, but the company is in fact Uwell Technologies out of Shenzhen, China, and the name of the tank is called the Crown. So I was calling it the Crown Jewel. I still like that Crown Jewel. It is a jewel. It's a little gem of a tank, and I love it. And so I'm going to vape on it. I've got it on the CMYU 260 watt box mod. But first I wanted to show you a couple of things. It does come with an extra set of 2 sets of O-rings. It looks like there's 3 O-rings in the device, in the tank, and there's 2 extra sets of those O-rings. So not only does it come with 2 spare coils in addition to the 3rd coil that's assembled, it comes with 2 sets of O-rings. It also has a warning. They can't stress enough, and I'm going to agree, I can't stress enough, when you're first wicking that, when you're first priming that wick, do not hold it and drip straight down, because it's just going to go straight down the center of that coil and hit the bottom of the tank, and it's not going to do anything. So they say hold it at a 45-degree angle and then prime that coil with 0.3 to 0.5 milliliters of juice. So they're saying take a half a milliliter of juice to prime it. Use liberal amount, and don't drip it straight down. It's going to go down and not prime it. So you hold it at a 45-degree angle. I twisted, rotated it as I was dripping, so a good liberal amount of that juice got in and down, and then it got to saturate that cotton. And then I also put a drop on each of the 4 wicking holes so that it absorbed in that way. Then I left the tank for 5 minutes. I let it absorb and wick, and it was just fine. Be patient, especially when you're breaking in a new coil for the first time. Don't be in such a rush to jump on that and start vaping, okay? You spend a couple of minutes, wick it the right, prime it the right way, you'll be just fine. I also wanted to read to you it does come with a 4-page instruction manual. It shows you all the parts of the tank. It also says, the specs. The size is 24 millimeter diameter. Its weight is 86.5 grams, if that means anything to you. The e-liquid capacity is 4.0 milliliters. The glass is quartz glass, and the shell is stainless steel, and the coil inside that, the actual coil is stainless steel, food-grade stainless steel, which is important. It's not just welding wire, it's not just some metal that they used, it's food-grade, meaning eating utensils, cooking pans, things like that, food-grade stainless steel. 100% organic cotton is the wicking material in the coil, meaning it's not a ceramic mesh, it's not silicate, it's not fiberglass, it's 100% organic cotton, which is nice to be reassured. Okay, the resistance is 0.25 ohms, and you arrive at that 0.25 ohms by, in parallel, 2 half ohm, 0.5 ohm coils, and the recommended wattage range is 30 to 120 watts. All right. Okay, so we know the tank is made of quartz glass. We know that the the parts are made of stainless steel. The coil itself is made of food grade stainless. 100% organic cotton for the wicking material in the coil. You can fill it from the bottom or from the top. Airflow control simply by turning the bottom ring, and all parts are detachable and easy to clean and change the coil especially. It's got even an instruction how to screw the coil in, how to unscrew the whole, each part. And again, they're reminding you, when you fill, hold that the coil at a 45-degree angle so that it saturates the wicking material. Be careful not to fill the liquid down the middle of the hole. All right. And they even have pictures showing you that. Okay. They're very concerned that you should think you wicked it and you didn't, and then you hit it and you dry burn it, and then it's not going to taste good. As is the same with any of the sub-ohm, any coils. Let them wick. Okay, after filling, please make sure to fasten the coil and match the bottom base with the tube body part firmly. So, you know, periodically when the tank is empty, just get down there in the coil, make sure it's tightened down. Don't over tighten it, wrenching it, just hand tight, but we have to do this with all of them. The Atlantis would unscrew a little bit. Yeah, especially if there was a leaking issue, you could usually bet it was probably over tightening of the tank, or maybe the coil itself unscrewed a little bit. It happens. All right, that's basically it. Product for use by over 18, and not if you're pregnant or nursing, or if you have a heart condition or sensitivity to tobacco. Keep the product vertical to make sure no spill during the refill. Okay, so that's basically it. The Crown Tank by Uwell Technologies. I'm still going to call it the Crown Jewel. We've got our replacement O-rings. We've got our replacement sleeve. We've got 2 replacement coils, which is nice. And here we go. CMYU, which is also Borsche, 260 watt box mod, one of my favorites. Now, at 120 watts, I'll probably go through 2 batteries in the Sigali or the IPV pretty quickly if I'm vaping on this extensively, but I know this box can handle it far longer because of the 3 batteries. So, yeah. Okay, that was a little long of a hit, and it started to go dry. I didn't get a dry hit, I didn't get a burnt hit, but it started to go dry towards the end. At 120 watts, you can expect that. So when you are at the top range of the wattage and power on this coil, don't push the envelope. A 2-3 second hit is nice. You get a full lung full. Don't try and take 5-6 second hits on this thing at 120 watts. That might not quite keep up with the wicking, but I can see the air bubbles coming up, which means the juice is flowing. Very nice. Okay. Arctic tank at 55 watts. He's in the video because you know what? This is a great tank, and until yesterday afternoon, this was my favorite go-to sub-tank. So, poor little guy, he didn't want to get left out, and he deserves to be mentioned in the mix. Sigali, 150, and I'm gonna vape at 120 watts dripping on the Kennedy clone, just because. I hope you don't mind my creativity here. Just because. I'm vaping at 120 watts over here with the Crown. And there I am vaping on an RDA quad coil flavor chasing, cloud chasing build. I promise you I get every bit as much flavor and cloud out of this tank as I am out of dripping. And even if it's not identical, even if this is slightly less vapor, it is intense flavor, just as satisfying, and it's in a tank. A 4 mil size tank. And just because honorable mention goes to my rig mod, which is the newest mech mod that I bought, and the Roughneck RDA. I got it, I love it. Had it a few days so far. So I'm going to vape on it for you kind good people. Thank you for watching, and look for that